What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, as we're nearing the end of this campervan conversion in this little Vauxhall Vivaro, as we've cracked on and we're getting down to the last final finishing jobs. Today's video I'm going to be fitting in a reverse camera and a little monitor up at the driver's area, just so when the vehicle's put into reverse the camera will automatically flip on and the screen will automatically turn on as well. Just because at the moment, because the van doesn't have any rear windows or anything like that, there's no easy way to make sure that you're not going to reverse into any barriers, walls or anything like that. And especially with a tow bar on the back, it's always going to be handy to have some sort of reversing camera, just so when you're in the driver's seat and you're having to back up a bit, you're more secure and there's more peace of mind to know that you're not just going to reverse into anything. So as I say, for the sake of these kits, around about £20, £25 for the camera and the monitor itself, it's well worth it for the peace of mind. Now I have been cracking on just a little bit off camera beforehand, just to make sure that I'm going to be getting the right connections in place. The Vivaros do have reverse lights on both sides, the passenger and the driver's side. The driver's side also has a the fog light in it as well. The passenger side is just the reverse light, and that's where I've been tapping into. I've unscrewed the light out of the holder that holds the actual placeholder in place, and I've just tapped into the white wire that goes to the reverse bulb as well, just as a test to make sure that I am getting the right cables. And when I grounded off the camera as well, the camera came on, so that shows that that's going to be the correct area for tapping in for a feed for the camera from the reversing light. Now you don't necessarily have to go off the reversing light, you can put it onto a permanent feed, but that does mean the camera will be on whenever the vehicle's on as well, presuming that's on a switched ignition permanent feed. Obviously if you put it on a permanent live, it would be on 24/7 and that would just drain the battery, and that's not ideal. You either want it on a switched ignition live feed, so when the ignition's turned on in the vehicle, the camera and the monitor come on, but then they're going to be on permanently as long as the vehicle's running. Or the way I'm going to be doing it here, you're tapping into the reverse feed, so when you engage reverse, that's when the camera turns on and the screen turns on as well. It means that if you're driving around at night time, the little lights on the camera aren't going to be lighting up and lighting the way as you're driving along type thing. I've seen a few cars driving around like that and they don't look very nice. So instead, as I say, I'm going to be going down the more selective route of where the camera and the monitor only turn on when the reverse light's engaged. So as I say, I'm going to be tapping into the white feed off this reverse light for the power. The ground for the camera, I'm just going to be grounding to the chassis of the vehicle itself. The camera I'm going to be mounting underneath or around about the tow bar area, because that's going to be central for the vehicle. And because I don't have a tailgate or anything like that, the doors are going to be opening side to side, so it's not really going to be ideal to have a camera on the doors that are going to be swinging open left or right. Once I've got the camera secured into the tow bar area, I'm not sure where yet, I might either put it into the bumper side or I might just secure it underneath the tow bar itself. I'm going to be feeding the cable all the way down, and I'm going to be feeding the camera the cabling up pretty much where the battery tray is, because the batteries in these are right in front of the passenger seat, and there's a full battery tray with little access areas as well, so I should be able to get the cables poked up there under the floor mat, and then I'm going to be mounting the screen up near the front dash area. I'll show all that when I'm about to run the cables in. But in the meantime, I'm going to get cracked on. I'm going to get all this cabling connected up for the camera itself, make sure it's all working, test fire it up a few times before I make sure everything's put in its final position. And then we'll get the cables run, get it all tested with the monitor as well. And if you're after the reverse camera, the monitor, anything like that, check the links in the description beneath the video. That'll go out to eBay, where I bought this exact reversing camera with the monitor. They were bought separately, but you can get kits as well. But I'll put plenty of links in the description beneath the video. So let's get cracked on, get all the camera fitted in, the monitor fitted in, and by the end of this video we should have a fully functional reversing camera set up, mounted in this little Vauxhall Vivaro. So let's get cracked on and get it all fitted in. And just a quick wiring test. As you can see, the camera lights are on there, and that's with the positive going off the reverse light. And I've grounded off the negative off some of the mounting points off the actual tow bar itself, because obviously the tow bar is mounted to the chassis, so that all creates one continuous circuit. So as I say, that's just a quick test, just to make sure that when the reverse lights do come on, the camera is coming on, and as I say, the lights indicate that that should be fine. So now I know that that's all okay, let's get the cabling ran down for where the monitor is going to be going. And I'm also going to be tapping off the positive for the screen itself from, again, the reverse light, so the screen will only come on when the reverse light is on. And you do that by having the really long AV cable. It should have a red cable at both ends, and you can use that to tap off the same positive line that the camera's using as well. So I'm going to take this light back out. I'm going to add the positive off the AV cable into the loop. So again, as I say, the monitor will only come on when the reverse light's on. And for the grounding, we'll do the grounding from a grounding point that's down near the actual driving position area. But as I say, at least that's the camera tested and working, so I know that's going to be all right. So let's get the additional positive tapped in from the reverse light and get this AV cable run down as well. Right, so with the camera secured to the bottom of the tow bar, I've then ran the AV cable all the way under the chassis of the vehicle, using all the holes that are going through the beams that are used for the supporting of the chassis itself. And then on these Vauxhall Vivaros, the Traffics, Primastars type things, in front of the passenger seat, this is where the battery is stored. And as we can see down there, there's some gaps going down. You guys should be able to make it out there. That's going straight through the battery tray box. It's also down there, straight through onto the floor. So that's where I'm going to poke the AV cable back up through. Then I'm just going to lift up some of the rubber flooring and feed the cable up. And the dash, the screen itself is going to sit just in the dash here. It has a double-sided sticky pads and it fits nicely just in this area, so it'll be out of the way. It won't be visible if anybody's walking past the van. They won't be able to see a screen that they might just want to smash a window and grab just for the sake of £2 worth of screen. So it should be nice and relatively concealed. But as I say, this is going to be the best way to get the cabling up and through without having to drill any holes in the van or the chassis or anything like that. So we're just going to be utilising one of these holes that are in the battery tray. We'll get the AV cable poked up through there. We'll get it under the rubber floor mat. We'll get it connected up to the screen and give it a test fire. Right, so I've completed the cabling, and the AV cable is that one coming up through the battery tray. It goes through underneath the where there's a little gap in the rubber for the tray itself, under the rubber flooring. And it goes up behind the venting area, all the way up behind the dash, and I've drilled just a very small hole, just big enough to be able to get all of the cables through at the very back of the dash there. And as you can see, that's where the cable's going through at the moment. The power for the screen is fed off the same power that supplies the camera, so that's fed off the reversing light, and it's grounded off with a power cable coming down, and just behind here on the rubber matting there is a grounding point for the actual van itself. So as you can see, that's grounding off to the chassis. So this is the little black cable for the grounding that I've just put onto there as well. So that's using one of the official grounding points in the van. So cabling wise, now the AV cable is all connected up as well. That's pretty much it all done. So if I put the ignition on, turn the radio down so I don't get copyright striked yet again. And you can see the camera's come straight on because at the moment it is in reverse. I've left it in reverse just so it's nice and easy to test. But the screen comes straight on as well. And then if I take it out of reverse, the screen should go off. If I just put that down there, it should be a bit easier to see. But take it out of reverse, the screen goes off. Then put it back into reverse and the screen comes on with the camera on again. So the only thing left to do now is to stick this monitor in place. I'm going to stick it in front of the little hole just so you can't even see the hole. And as you can see, roughly that's going to be the area. So it's underneath the main front dash area. So barely anybody's even going to know that there's a little screen in here. Not that it's an expensive screen or anything like that, but it doesn't take much for people to smash a window and grab stuff these days. But as I say, when it's tucked away nicely in there, by the time you're out of the vehicle as well, you're just not even going to be able to see it unless you're really poking your head in trying to find out what's inside the van. But that will also tidy away where the cable's coming through from the dash as well. And that means at least I will now have a fully working reversing camera. So I'm just going to do a final little tidy up, get all the cables tucked away, get the monitor stuck in place, and we'll do a quick roundup. Right, so with everything just back in place, everything's tidied away, I've got the battery tray back in place, I've got the floor mats back in, and now you can't see any of the cabling at all, anywhere around it, nor can you really see any of the cabling behind the screen either. But as you can see, that's the screen on at the moment, and if we go around to the back of the vehicle, you can see that the lights are on, while the reversing lights are on, and that's the reverse camera on as well. Now obviously if we take it out of gear, or we turn the ignition off, that will then turn the camera off, as well as the reverse lights obviously, and then that will also turn the screen off as well. I don't know how well you can make the screen out there, but If I start kicking my feet underneath the camera, you might be able to make out the movement on the screen as well. But that is a fully working, fully functional reversing camera wired up to the reverse lights. So as I say, the camera will only ever turn on when the reverse lights are engaged as well. All the cabling's ran nice and neatly underneath the vehicle. As you can see, there's no drooping cables or anything like that. It's all tucked away and secured all nicely, so there's not going to be any sort of movement on any of the cables as well. And you can see on the screen itself, it does give a nice clean, clear view of the rear view as well. And then as soon as we turn the ignition off, the camera goes off and the screen goes off. So obviously that's not going to then be draining the battery if the van's parked up or anything like that. So that's how I've fitted in a reversing camera with a little front monitor screen for this little Vauxhall Vivaro campervan conversion. As I mentioned before, if you're after any of the bits that are fitted here, whether that's the camera, the screen, anything like that, check the links in the description beneath the video. That'll go out to eBay, where I bought pretty much most of the items that have gone into this conversion. And as you can see, we're pretty much almost complete with the conversion wise now as well. The only thing I've got left to do is the bedding, and just to cut down the mattress, do some upholstery, and then that's going to be pretty much the conversion pretty much complete. So I hope you found this video useful. If you did, consider giving it a good old thumbs up. If you're new here, consider subscribing. I generally try and put out weekly videos as I'm doing the conversions, as we're going along job by job in the conversions in the vans. And there's still going to be a couple more jobs to come on this conversion as well. So as I say, give the video a good old thumbs up. If you're new, consider subscribing, and hopefully I'll see you on next week's episode as we're getting to the final finishing touches of this Vauxhall Vivaro little campervan conversion. So thanks for watching. Cheers.